I teased it in when we were starting the show that you are one of the more out of the box thinkers that are out there. And in terms of creating awareness and helping get more people understanding this type of industry and understanding the type of initiatives you're taking on, as well as helping the kids and some of the gamification pieces of that, can you talk to me about bowling pins?
Sure. So we've done this for several years, and if you've been inside of a school that has a collision repair program, a lot of times you'll see up on the walls is they'll get hoods that they'll custom paint just to showcase maybe the students' artistic skills and things like that. So what's a little bit more manageable is that we've been working with gathering used bowling pins from bowling alleys, which apparently there's a lifespan of roughly about 2 years. It's knowledge that I'm now aware of. So these are the pins that are dented, chipped, from a good bowler or a bad bowler. We get those donated, and then we distribute those to schools and students around the country that the students actually use the pins to practice on. So they'll custom repair the pin with all the dents, chips, and cracks and things like that, and then actually custom paint the pins. And we utilize those pins because a lot of times they will send the pins back to us. We use those to thank our industry partners, our volunteers, because it's a unique, as opposed to the cookie cutter acrylic award that you give everybody. Here's a pin that was actually done by a student in terms of connecting who they're supporting and actually saying thank you for that. But then we also have it's like kind of a national competition with our friends over at Finish Master. They're based in Indianapolis. They're a supplier within the industry. There's what they have called a Hood Master and Pin Master competition. So this fall, while there's those in the industry that do custom painted hoods that are on display, and the artwork on these things are absolutely amazing, we have students that submit their pins to be judged, and they received awards and things like that. But it's a unique way to have the students showcase their creative, custom painting artwork skill sets. But it's also a unique way to say thank you to those that are helping us support the schools around the country.
Matt, can you think of any better celebrity endorser for this initiative in CREF than Mookie Betts?
Why do you say that?
He is like, in addition to being an incredible baseball player and World Series champion, Red Sox, and I guess Dodgers, turns out he's an incredible bowler.
I didn't know that.
He's like
I didn't know that.
Professional ranked bowler.
Wow. Yeah, get him.
You got some connections, Eric? You can make some introductions?
Well, you know what? That's the benefit of having a show is you actually have the platform to be able to get the word out about these things. So, you know what? Like everything else, it goes in the show notes. And once I do the PR for this one, you can bet your bottom dollar that Mookie Betts will be getting tagged on one of these things. So, you know what? Stay tuned, folks, because, good things can come when things like this happen.
And Derek, you touched on having to get creative when it comes to whether it's funding opportunities or thinking outside the box of, again, trying to put a spotlight on what we're trying to do. Over COVID, you can imagine we had to be creative and also respectful for the fact of what companies were going through in terms of funding, and some people were scaling back, obviously, a lot of different things as part of their budgets. So as a fundraiser and fundraising organization, we couldn't just take a pause in terms of the school still needed support in different ways. We actually we reached out through another company connection and our friends at Stertil-Koni, who has their commercial lift equipment in Jay Leno's garage. So I reached out to one of my contacts on LinkedIn and said, hey, here's who CREF is and what we're doing. Obviously, Jay loves cars, which is obvious, but I know that he's passionate about students coming up into the industry. Would you be willing to ask Jay's people, your contacts over there, if he'd be willing to donate a private tour of his garage as a fundraiser for us? And he's like, it sounds like a great idea. I can't guarantee anything, but at least I'll ask. And I said, perfect. Within 24 hours, he comes back and said, Jay's in. Let's make it happen. So we did this auction to where it was a body shop owner out of Denver that won the tour of his garage, which obviously was great. I had the tough job 2 years ago to, once COVID got through and we could actually go out and visit, the winning bidder, myself, got to go into Jay's garage, see the cars, hang out with Jay, hang out with his people. And I don't have anything official to announce just yet, but I think you'll be seeing here, hopefully in the near future, us continuing that collaboration with, Jay and or others that are car enthusiasts that maybe just not as connected with the industry, but they will soon be connected because when they hear about what we do and what we're trying to help solve in terms of connecting these students with employers, there's unique ways for us to, do events or initiatives that you get in front of people that have some pretty decent, whether it's social media following or others, that we can do events that helps get the word out. That doesn't involve us, spending millions on advertising. We don't have any Super Bowl commercials planned just yet. But there's so many car enthusiasts out there, which I see as an untapped market for getting people interested, aware, and involved with what we're doing.